Hi guys, it's Dakota. Welcome to my channel. I hope everybody's doing well. Today I'm kind of just doing a show and tell. I had thought about doing some stuff for Samhain, but I'm really excited for Samhain. And I feel like it might, for me, it just, I didn't want to get going too much on Samhain, if that makes sense. So I decided to wait. I decided to wait, and we'll do it, in a couple weeks. But in the meantime, speaking of Samhain, so I hold Samhain ritual here at my house every year. So this year, my tribe and, my students, etc., will be here, and the table that my computer is sitting on, literally I was like, well, if I'm going to make a video of any kind today, because it's been 2 weeks and I wanted to make a video, I need to clear off this table a little bit. So this table, for me, is a place it's a dump all, really. It's just everything goes on the table. If I'm looking for herbs sometimes, or, or whatever it is that I'm doing, like, it just goes on the table until a day that I can't stand it anymore, and then I start, putting this stuff away. Um, so anyway, I thought, well, it's cold outside today. I mean, it is like, it's in the 50s, and it's a little breezy out there. It's a little cold. I have shorts on and I am cold. Um, but I decided, well, I'm going to stay in and let me just start putting the stuff away, because I do have to start getting ready for our ritual. And so as I was doing that, I realized that there were a lot of things on the table that were gifts, things that have been given to me, and I just have not used them yet. I haven't put them in their place yet. And because a lot of the stuff on the table goes upstairs, and I just haven't done it. That's the bottom line. I just haven't done it. So I started gathering up everything, and I thought, and as I'm gathering up everything, I've got the squirrel mind, and I was like, oh, I loved this. Oh, this was so great, So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to share with you guys, and that's what I'm going to do for today's video. I'm just going to share some things with you and some ideas, and then at the end, I want to I'm going to share my 3-card spread that I did for this morning for this week. And I'm just going to show you what I got and tell you a little bit about that. I was going to just do it while I was, on video, but I decided I wasn't going to do sound one, so I wasn't going to do a video, and I had already done my pool. So anyway, that's how that started. Okay. All right. So I have a friend who is, if they're watching, they're going to know who I'm talking about, that I'm talking about them, but I'm not going to mention their name. But she is the most giving, loving, honest, sincere soul that I've ever known in my life. And I just adore her. We live about an hour away from each other, which isn't far. Our schedules are separate. I'm off on, Monday, Tuesdays, and she works. And her day off is Saturday, Sunday, and so she has to visit me at the store. It's crazy. But whenever she comes, she always brings me gifts, which I love. I'm not saying, boo, she always brings me gifts. I love them. I always feel bad, like, you don't have to bring me gifts. I love you. You're my gift, So, but anyway, she came over the summer, and I want to say that this was birthday gift, maybe belated birthday. Can't really remember what it was for, but and maybe it was just, here's a gift, because that's how she is, and I love her. So I wanted to share this with you. I had some ideas. All right. So the first thing I want to show you is this candle. She did not make the candle, I don't believe. And well, I know that she didn't, because it came with this little card. And the color, I know my camera doesn't really show it that well, but it's sort of a like a mint ice cream green, very, very light shade of, excuse me, of minty green. Doesn't really have a smell. So now that was kind of interesting to me. Two things. One is it didn't really have a smell, but it didn't come with a lid. And it has this bay leaf right here, this bay leaf, and you can see that it sticks up above the rim of the tin. So I think if you put some, if you put a lid on there, then it would probably crush or break the bay leaf. So I'm not sure if the smell just dissipated over time or why she doesn't include a lid. I'm not really sure. But anyway, um, it is called Harmony. It's called Harmony. So it has rosemary to aid in healing, bay leaf for protection and to ward off negative energy. It has skull cap for protection, which I kind of like. And then those little chip things, that is malachite, and that is for protection as well. I'm sorry, that opens the mind, refreshes and channels empathy and compassion. So I thought about it. I haven't used it yet. And excuse me. One of the things that I didn't want to do is I don't want to just light it with the bay leaf sticking up and then having the bay leaf catch on fire and, all of that. You cannot pull the bay leaf out because it is literally, it was put in the wet wax. And so if I try to pull it out, I'll break the leaf. So I didn't want to do that. So I'm trying to figure out, what am I going to do? How am I going to work this? So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set an intention that deals with harmony and all of the properties, excuse me, that went into the candle. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set my intention. And then what I'll do is I'm going to light the wick, and as it starts to melt around the bay leaf, I'm hoping to be able to pull the bay leaf out in one, a whole bay leaf out. And then at that point, I think what I'll do is I will write then my intention on the bay leaf, and then I will light it from the wick. And then, let it burn in a cauldron or whatever, your safe dish. So I do really kind of like this. I kind of like that idea, I thought that was pretty neat. However, it is going to have to be watched because of that bay leaf. And if you leave the bay leaf, it's just going to kind of burn. And, I wouldn't want it to spark and catch, your curtain or something like that put a hole in your fabric if it was near a sofa or something. So I think I'm going to light it. I'll probably, put it in my sink or something and wait for that wax around the leaf to melt so that I can pull the leaf out. And then it'll be safe and I can just let it burn the rest of the way out. So I kind of like that. All right, and this was one of my other favorite things that she gave me. It was in the same package, and I really kind of chuckled about it. Okay, so this is also a candle, and it's called Evil Queen. And it has the writing, I love this. The smell of this is divine. It is divine. But even with my glasses, I can barely read what it says underneath Evil Queen. And it says poison apples, and I think it says pomegranates. But it's so small. I mean, even with my glasses, pomegranate. Yeah. Poison apple and pomegranate. So I'm pretty sure that's the smell because this smells exactly like apple. I mean, it smells just like a green apple. Now, what I thought was so funny, remember Evil Queen, okay? I started laughing because I have my little Evil Queen statue. And she lives upstairs in my devotion room, and she sort of is with all of my tarot cards that are not in use at the time. And she's got her little mirror that she's looking in, and she's got her poison apple in her hand. So that kind of cracked me up because I was like, oh, that is so funny, you know. Evil queen with a poison apple, blah, blah, blah. Well, I open it up and oh, it smells so good. So it has a poison apple. It's made out of wax, I think, I hope. And oh, and a little mirror. Isn't that the cutest thing? So cute. So, one, I don't want to burn it because, you know, that is cute, right? That's so cute. I just hate to burn it. It smells really good. But I don't know. I'm sure that I will. I'm sure that I will burn it. But it's going to become her little stand. Evil Queen. So it's going to become her little stand. So I just loved that. I thought that was so cute. The other thing that was in the bag that she gave me, which I just love, yes, it is on canvas, and it is a print from the Crow Tarot deck, the Crow Tarot deck. And it's the same artist, I should say. It's the same artist that did the Crow Tarot deck. And I absolutely love this print. The artist has signed it here, 2022. So it's new. And yeah, I'm going to hang this in my room upstairs. I don't know. Well, I probably will. I was going to put it in the witch cottage, but with the humidity problem in there, I've had to one of the framed prints that I had in there got ruined because even though I have a dehumidifier in there, it got moldy. So I took my other prints out, and I don't want to keep anything like that in there. I'm not really sure what to do with that room. I love that little cottage. I love it, but the humidity issue is a problem. And I've got cloths in there, and you know, like my moon banner and all that stuff, and and I'm really allergic to mold, so I'm just really not sure what I'm going to do, but something has to happen with that. Okay, so then for my birthday, I have another friend, and if she's watching, who lives in Arizona, hint, hint. She sent me this, and the card that she sent, I wish I had it right here. It was hysterical. She said something about, I thought and thought, and I thought, what do you get, you know, your witchy sister that owns a metaphysical store when you can just go out and get anything you want? You know, I have access to anything that I need. I mean, herbs, powders, candles, cards, you name it, roots, everything. I have access to that in the store. So she's like, you know, I just didn't know what I could get. I wanted to send you something. I just didn't know what I could do. So she said, I thought, you know what? I'm going to send you some of Arizona's nature, I guess, and maybe you can use that to add that to your collection. So I'm trying to get the paper here so you can see it. So she sent me little scorpions. And I don't know if can you see right there? The pincher or whatever, stinger, it's still on there. So these are little scorpions. I love this one. This one's my favorite. It took me, and I'm not gonna lie, if she's watching, I'm not gonna lie. You know, I think it's part of the arachnid family, so it took me a minute for me to pick it up with my fingers because I know it's dried and all that, but I don't do spiders, and it just looks spidery to me. But here's the other one. And look, his tail is curled. He's ready. Look at that stinger. Right? Good magic right there, I'm telling you. Um, and then she also in this little thing, there's a couple of rattlesnake rattles. So I've just kept everything in its little box that she sent it in, and you know, and until I need them, I don't want to set them out because I'm too afraid they're going to get ruined. So I went out a couple weeks ago, sort of doing pre-Halloween shopping kind of thing, seeing what was out there. And to be quite honest with you, I don't need anything as far as decorations because I don't decorate for the seasons or the Sabbaths, except Samhain, or maybe on a Sabbath I might, if I'm doing a Sabbath ritual with others, then I would put whatever on the table. Maybe at the fall equinox, maybe I would have put a little pumpkin or something like that on the table. But as far as my house goes, no, I don't. I don't do any of that decorating anymore. Um, it's fun putting it out, but then I have to put it away. And I just, I'm not home enough to enjoy that. I don't have family. I have my husband and he could care less. So, we don't have children or any of that. And there's just, I don't do it. So, as far as the Halloween stuff, I mean, there is some Halloween stuff out there, but it's the stuff that I've seen, especially this year. I think I bought two things last year. I couldn't tell you what it was. Um, I think I regifted them actually, but oh no, I got some little boxes that I do have in the Witch Cottage. Um, but most of the stuff that I see, is too cutesy for me in a Halloween sense. So it looks like kids Halloween stuff, or you're decorating your house for ooh boo Halloween, and that's not really what I'm about. So anyway, I haven't gotten anything as far as Halloween decor. But anyway, I went out and I had seen this online, and they actually had two sizes. They had a large and they had a small. And I was like, I can use those. I want those. And so I went instead of just ordering it online, and I'm going to show you this too with it. And they had one left, and it was the big one. I got it. I'm going to see if they have them online and get the other ones too. But look at this. Check that out. A giant mushroom. I love this so much. So it's made out of, I think it's just styrofoam, but it has like this, I don't know, kind of paper mache feel to the stem a little bit. Got some moss here. This is like velvet. It's like a velvet fabric. And then it's got these little rhinestoney things on top. Now they don't look like it here, but I mean, they are just really, really glistening. So what I wanted to do was I wanted a big one with like a couple of small ones. And then I have this, I got this a couple of years ago, actually. You've probably seen it. I think I showed it before. It's an old, moonshine bottle, and it has this really adorable um, scene on it. And I thought that would be like so cute to have them set up, with it. Yes, that's dust on there. Um, it's just been was sitting over actually on the floor because I didn't have any place to put it. and I just stuck it on the floor, and yeah, dusty. Anyway, um, but yeah, so I just think this is the cutest thing, and I actually, out in the witch cottage, I have the I have my little fairy, or yeah, my little fairy. They're not even fae. Well, some of them are fae, but they're mostly little gnomes, my little gnome village. And I thought how cute to put this, with a couple of the little gnomes out and about. But there again, I'm not going to put this out there until we get that humidity thing taken care of. So, okay, so the last thing I want to show you, hang on, I dropped something. Okay, and this isn't even showing, I mean, I'm going to show you, but this is not new. So most of you know that I do a weekly pull for myself, tarot card. I'll do like a 3-card pull for the week, and I don't ask any questions. I don't say, oh, I don't know, is the shop going to be busy this week? Blah blah blah, whatever. I don't like to ask those questions. When I personally go to tarot, I usually just meditate first and ask the universe to speak to me. Like, just speak to me. What, is there something that I need to be looking at, that I need to be doing, I need to stop doing, I need to manifest, I need to release, whatever it is, like what do I need to do, kind of thing. Um, and the universe is pretty good, so I don't have to ask like specific questions. I don't like to do that. So, anyway, I had already pulled these cards. Like I said, I had already pulled these cards. I think I said that, because I wasn't going to do a video. And, so I promise you that I did. And so, yes, I have, already have it in my mind what they read for me. So, but maybe this will, help you, I don't know, inspire you. So the card number 1, so these are 3 cards. It was a 3-card spread. It's really hard with these transparent tarot cards. And okay, so there we go. All right, so that's what it looked like when I laid them down. All right. And so how I read them is how I received the message. How I received the message. I'm going to repeat that because I'll tell you in a second. All right. So here we have the 5 of Wands. And what I see, if I just read these as a 3-card spread, all I do is I just literally give like a basic, I just want to look at the card and make sure that I see what I'm seeing, if that makes sense. I want to make sure that I didn't mistake this for a different card or whatever. So 5 of Wands, it's active, it's busy, it can be chaos, it can be just a mess. Like, I don't know, he's got wands here. Is this one, is he dropping this one? Is he trying to grab that one? What happened? Too much going on. Too much going on. That's a better thing. Too much going on. Kind of got to be careful. The next card was was Justice. And how I read this card was, for me, justice isn't always about justice. It's not always about, oh, they did this, I'm going to do that. It's not a karma card for me all the time. That isn't always what it means. When I look at that, I see balance. I see those the 2 little, saucer things there. They're balancing on the tip of that sword. Now, even though this is not a sword card, it is a sword. And swords are all about our intellect and our thought, our creativity, our minds. And so here, this is about keeping a balance. This is about keeping a balance. Then the last card was the 2 of Wands, and how I interpreted that was the same thing. You know, it's sort of like tit for tat. I think that's how it says, how that little phrase is said. Um, you know, could it be the start of chaos? You know, um, I mean, there's only two. Could it be a type of thing? I'll give you this, you give me that. What I picked up on was balance. I picked up on balance. Remember, wands are active. So when I looked at that, I went, okay, so you have the justice, which is balance, and here's the wands, which you saw here were kind of like out of order and, you know, just kind of crazy. And it's telling you to keep that in check. That's how I saw it. Now, these cards, as you know, or maybe you don't know, if you don't know any, if you haven't watched my video, you can watch the review I did on the transparent tarot. But they're actually made, I mean, you can, they're made to read just like regular tarot. But she did such a superb job on making them so that you can layer them. And when the cards are layered, I worked with these cards for so many years. I've worked with them for years, ever since I got the deck. And I struggled. I still struggle with the major arcana. If she's watching, just letting you know, I still struggle with the major arcana, because it's way different than Rider-Waite, which is really my foundation. So at least these other ones, I feel it. The major arcanas, I really struggle with them. Okay, so anyway, here we go with, here's the layered look. And when I look at that, I go, well, now it makes sense. Now it makes sense. Here's the deal, folks. This is what's going on with me. I have a lot on my plate for next year. If you're my customers or my students or whatever, I'm, I have, we have not done any monthly classes this year. Um, Last year we took sabbatical. I didn't teach any classes last year. I didn't even teach our Witchcraft 101 class last year. And then of course, 2020 was COVID and we did not do any classes. So that's 3 years that I haven't done our monthly class or any other courses besides the Witchcraft 101. So now I have been this year, and it started last year actually. I am teaching a couple of mini courses, and we're going to be back on track with the monthly classes that I do, like one class a month on whatever. It could be any subject, any topic. And so there's a lot, and that's the God's willing. Let me just add that. So there's a lot going on. I've got a lot going on my plate. I'm very, very busy in my mind, and I'm a Gemini. So, and we just came out of retrograde, Mercury retrograde, and I live in Eastern North Carolina. So although I am grateful to the gods that we did not get hit with Hurricane Ian, you know, we did have the hurricane force winds, and that, or not, I'm sorry, the outer band winds. And, you know, that just creates this energy. So this last year has been crazy, and just this last couple weeks has been even more insane with Mercury being retrograde, and then, you know, the hurricane and all of that. And now we have Samhain coming up. So there's a lot of energy, folks, a lot of energy. So when I layer this, I go, well, yeah. I mean, I didn't need the tarot cards to tell me that. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. That is represented by the Five of Wands, the Five of Wands. And you can see that the Justice card, that sword, is right in the middle of me. And it is saying, you need to check yourself, get on point, focus. You need to balance what you're doing. You cannot just be so into, oh, I'm getting this class, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, la 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 la, and I'm running my store, and I'm ordering, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing that. There has to be a balance. If not, the whole thing can just boop, fall off, and these, chaos, chaos. So that really, really made some sense to me. Now, after I do my 3 card, I will pull one extra card from either one of my tarot decks that's sitting around, or my oracle decks, or whatever decks I have. I have plenty, and it really kind of just depends on what deck is yelling the loudest. And I will get that deck and I will shuffle it and I will pull one card. And that one card usually is, for me, is the universe going, listen, you know, listen to what I showed you, kind of thing. Sometimes tarot's not always 100%. Either is oracle, it's not. Either are your readers, we're not. Um, so, however, okay, so what I wanted to say is, my dear friend that gave me all the candles and all the stuff a couple years ago, she gave me this deck, which I did a review, or I think I did a review on it. I'm not sure. Pretty sure I did. This is the Witches Oracle. It's the Samhain deck. There's a Yule deck and there's a Beltane deck. The decks are phenomenal. They're fabulous. I love them. The Samhain deck, when I first got it, like, I don't know, a year, 2 years ago, I decided, let me just pull one card from that and see what happens. And it was so spot on. It was scary. And then I did it again the next week. It was scary. I did it again. And now this is pretty much my go-to. I've been using this deck for pretty much every week that I pull. So this morning when I pulled this one, Voices. Okay, Voices. And I was like, It says, with a tug at the gut, feel them romance your very breath. Now remember, it's talking about voices. Okay, voices. With a tug at the gut, feel them romance your very breath. Listen to the gentle flickering within your eyes, for this is where they guide. And so that really, with everything that is going on, with me trying to get classes organized and things, with the store, I'm finishing up my witchcraft class this year. It's been phenomenal. We're doing my tribe, we're doing Samhain ritual this year again at the house. So I'm really excited. And so voices for me, like I said, the energy has been really, I can feel it. And voices, ancestors, your spirit guides, your intuition, yourself, your own voice within. And I think it really made sense to me when I went, I don't really get that. What do you mean, like voices? I mean, and it was like, listen to yourself. And myself is, I've been exhausted, honestly. And no, it's not COVID. I've been exhausted in my head. um, Almost to the point of obsessiveness, where I'm like on the computer 24/7. I'm researching, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And I don't have that balance of I don't have that balance of mundane versus magical. And you have to, you really have to have that, I think, in today's world. I mean, even though, I have a metaphysical store, and that's all great and it's magical and yay, that's a business, that is my business. So I have to come back to mundane reality and realize, whoa, you've got a shop to run here. You can't be all up in your books and on the computer and writing classes and doing this when you're at work. I mean, that's the thing. And I also have a home life, believe it or not. I've got a home life. So uh sorry, I can see my chicken out there. So yeah, so I have to create some balance. There has to be some balance. And so I'm going to work on that. I'm going to work on that. Now this month I'm still kind of working on Samhain, getting ready for our ritual, but that's necessary. Some of the other stuff I might have to just set to the side for this month, and let's just do Samhain, you know? What's wrong with that? Let's just do Samhain and work and home. There's nothing wrong with that. And, you know, once everything is done at Samhain, boom, you can start on something else. And so that's kind of what I felt from those cards. So speaking of the cards, that is going to be one of the little mini courses that I'm going to be giving on tarot, and I will mention that later on. So anyway, yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. It's good to be back. I know I've only been gone. This is every other week is all I can do right now. There we go, that balance thing. And I thought I was getting the hang of it, like when I said I'm not going to do weekly, but even now, you know, it's almost like, oh, I got to do a video, and then that's another thing, right? I don't have to do the videos, but I like to because it gives me an opportunity to like, woo, do this releasing and focusing, and I hope that I'm still helping, you know, the community that's watching. So I do appreciate you all, and not y'all, but you all, and yeah, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, be safe, and be kind. Love you guys. Bye.